Stop telling people your ideas. Every single time you tell someone your plans, you get that little hit of validation. And I'm going to be the first to admit that it does feel good. You get that first bit of validation. You tell people, I'm going to start that side hustle, I'm going to get in shape. And people clap for you, they compliment you, they tell you how awesome the idea sounds. And in that moment, you feel like you've done the work, but you didn't. You talked, and you keep on talking, and then you don't actually do anything. And you come to realize the more and more you talk, the less likely you are to do something. And I learned this the hard way. I was going to start a side hustle and I told everybody about it. And I thought it was a harmless thing telling everybody. People were hyping me up. They were like, yeah, that's such an amazing idea. You're different for thinking about that. No one's ever done this before. And I thought I was that guy. And yeah, I was soaking up these compliments, people telling me how amazing I was. But guess what? I never actually started. I became so addicted to the high of telling people what I was about to do rather than actually doing the work. I started prioritizing the validation over the execution. And it hit me. If I just kept my mouth shut and actually got on with the work, I'd probably be much further along than I am today. Instead, I fell into the trap that most people do, talking about your goals more than you chase them. And when you do talk about your goals, you also take on the weight of other people's expectations. So now there's extra pressure. Because now if you fail publicly. If you change direction in whatever it is that you were doing, people ask, hey, what happened to that thing that you're working on? If things take a little bit longer than you expected, you start to feel judged. Suddenly your idea isn't your idea anymore. It's just become a burden because you're carrying other people's voices in your head, which kills your creativity and your momentum. And most of us make this mistake without even realizing it. We post about our plans online, we share them with friends, we share them at parties, and it feels productive, but it's not. Because every word is energy that could have been put into action. I think that the solution to this trap comes down to one principle, and that's simply proof over promises. Instead of broadcasting whatever you're about to do to the whole world, just show them instead. Instead of saying, I'm going to start going to the gym, just show consistently and watch as everybody else notices the results. Don't say, I'm going to start a business. Build it quietly and let people see that it's already moving. Don't say, I'm going to start playing the guitar. Let people just hear you play a song one time. Do you see the difference now? One path will feed your ego. The other path will feed you results. I used to be friends with this guy who wanted to start a YouTube channel. He told everyone about it. He bought the gear, came up with the ideas, seemed ready, even posted on his Instagram story, big things coming soon. We thought that this guy was going to crush it, but you know what happened? Nothing. 0 stories, 0 videos uploaded, because he already got the rush of attention that he wanted. And it came to him without ever doing the hard work. He wanted the recognition. He didn't want the grind. Compare that to another friend of mine who didn't say a word. No announcement, no coming soon, just posted his first video. And he posted another, then another, and then another. A year or 2 later, he had a following and he was already building something for himself. One guy had a goal and he was actively working towards that goal without needing to say anything. The other guy was still talking about his plans. That's the difference between validation and execution. And I know even after this video, a lot of you guys are going to be tempted to tell your friends. But I think the solution to that is, instead of telling absolutely everyone, tell 1 or 2 friends. Not just for hype, but for accountability. You need people in your life who won't just say, yeah, that's cool, that's a great idea. You need people who are gonna say, did you show follow through on that though? For me now, if I have an idea, I don't post about it online. I don't send it to the group chat. I'll tell that one friend, and that one friend that I trust will keep me honest. And then all I have to do is just shut up and get to work. Talking may feel good, but doing feels much better. Validation will always fade, but progress will always stick. And if you really want to learn how to be above average, you need to get used to sitting with the silence. You need to get used to the fact that your work is going to grow in the dark before the world finally sees the light in it. So the next time you feel this urge to tell absolutely everyone about your big plans, stop, write it down, map it out, and start it quietly. Then you finally built something. Let the results do the talking. Because this world doesn't need a bunch of false promises. No, it only needs proof. I have no idea how long this video is going to be, but in a nutshell, that's how you stop telling people your ideas and actually start living them.